Right. To people watching this back, because there's no one here, just waiting for the other two to join, late as always. Actually, they're not late yet. They've got, how long have they got? They got 5 seconds to join. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Alright, so while they're not here, I might give a little bit of background to all of this. So, all three of us that are taking part of this have completely different ideologies about food, to the point where we fucking get angry at one another. So we decided, let's just see who can do the best on a budget. I don't know how it's going to go. I honestly don't know how it's going to go. I'm not confident in myself, but I am confident that I won't be worse than these two Muppets. I honestly don't know. Oh, shite. Oh, man. Right, so, as per usual, what a surprise. 1 minute late. I set this stream, I told them I'm going to schedule this for 7 o'clock tonight. Where are they? It says that Adam's online. He ain't in the call. Owen, I haven't got a clue about. He says he needs to get this over and done. That is one of them. But
yeah, no, I'm back again.
Yeah, I should have actually tested the audio before I went live. Just talk as if you're in a heated debate with Owen about pot noodle sandwich a minute.
Fucking classic scruffy cunt.
Right, that's good audio. Okay. Yeah, I gave a little bit of fucking background to fill in the dead air on how this all came about. It was just explaining that schedule this for 7 p.m. Owen says he needs to get it over and done with quick, and Owen's the one that's late.
Yeah, which is the usual.
Unreal. So I don't really know how to fill the time in aside from I don't know because I've already explained the background to all of this. Um,
Oh, yeah.
what was that?
There is no other. Yeah, there's only chicken and veg, big soup. I'm just arguing about
Yeah, Adam says he's going to be actually cooking himself during this. Not part of the competition. He just hasn't had anything to eat yet.
what? No, I'm not going upstairs. I've only put my headphones in because it's quiet.
Oh God. Right, actually, I'm going to recount what happened actually today and
Yeah.
last night. So we came up with the rules that's displaying on the screen at the minute, more or less. Came up with those
Yes.
rules.
The BS rules.
Yeah, so it was always going to be 20 quid budget for the week. I had in there initially that it was going to include breakfast, but because both you and Owen, that was what tonight was going to be about, the vote on that. But
Yeah.
neither you and Owen wanted to have breakfast in there because you don't eat breakfast on normal days. So we've cut that
Yeah.
out. And then I came up with you can't sort of like do what I suspect would have happened if I didn't put this clause in at the end where you buy like a packet of ham and you say like, I only used 3 slices out of the 4, so I don't really count as the full lot, so I'm not going to include it in the thing. If you have to try and cheat and justify what you've bought to like scratch it off, but you still had it for a meal, nah, you've got to include that.
Yeah.
Something
I
that
agree with that.
Yeah. Something that I didn't include, but I think is pretty fucking obvious, is like condiments, like and sauce, a bit like tomato sauce or barbecue sauce or salt and all that. That's obviously not going to be counted towards it.
Yeah, seasonings and stuff like that. It is just the main things of the meal.
Yeah. So say if you're like making a curry or something, if you have to make your own curry sauce, it's something that you have to cook. Then I'm
Yeah.
gonna say yeah, that goes into the value. But if it's just something to like fucking sprinkle over the top of your meal, then no, that's fine.
See, like
And
I was gonna say, like I've already got pasta and stuff at home, but I am gonna buy pasta.
yeah, same. I've got
You
pasta
know,
and
thing, just so it's not like I had spaghetti bolognese, sir, but I already had packed spaghetti at home, so that doesn't count in the
Yeah.
overall price. Where it does.
Yeah, yeah, I get you. So yeah, I've got the same. I've got pasta and rice already, but I'm gonna like use a 20 quid note that I've got to like actually feed myself for the week.
Yeah,
And then at the end, I need to make this rule clear because I know exactly what's going to happen when it comes to the end. Got to be unbiased voting, and what I mean by that is, say if you make something and like in a normal meal, say me or Owen would eat that, we can't be
yeah,
like, oh, but Adam's probably done this, that, and the other to it, so I bet it tastes shite. Like we can't, we can't be
yeah.
biased like that against
Well,
one another.
I said to Owen today that the voting should be as well. It should be based off of stuff like it should go off. It's not presentation and stuff. It's more the value of the money, the value of the meal. You know
Yeah,
how
yeah.
how many things of it did you get? Like I said, like I've got that chorizo pasta on the Monday. I
Mhm.
think it's on the Monday anyway. And that's going to do my tea on the Monday, but I'll also probably have some left that I'll then have for my dinner on the Tuesday.
Yeah. I just like any like it's just like literally if I think that you've like done well with the ingredients, then I'm gonna like grade
Yeah,
you higher. It's not gonna be like, well, nah, yeah. Let's actually explain what actually happened after that. So these rules that I just read out on screen, Owen then comes into voice chat and comes out with yeah, and these bullshit rules that you two have come up with, yeah, I'll still do them, but they're bullshit. So then I challenged him to tell me what was bullshit about what we've just said, and he wouldn't
yeah,
do it. He just kept on saying it's bullshit. So I said today, right, you better give me a fucking damn good reason right now, because I was getting pissed off, like legit ready to travel up to fucking North and fight him and he wouldn't answer me. He kept typing and not saying anything. But then he put something about, hang on a minute, what if I make stew and it lasts me 3 days? And then
yeah,
I put back to him, when did I ever say that was not allowed? What, where,
yeah.
what in the
See, I
rules?
think he'd got the things crossed, like wires crossed, sort of thing, because he'd mentioned that to me. Oh, my soup just exploded in the microwave. Lovely. He mentioned that to me, and I said, "Well, yeah." I said you could do that. I said, but in my eyes, if I'd see that as lazy,
Yeah,
making a stew on the Wednesday night and then eating that all week.
yeah, yeah, I get you. I think
But the
for,
way he's seen it as me and you had, came up with another plan to go against him.
yeah. Oh man, part of me wishes that all we'd said to one another was right for 20 quid we gotta feed ourselves for the week, and then like we all have our own interpretations and argue about
Yeah,
it at the end.
like
But
no one said we have to go out and make 5-star meals, but I know if I come out in this week with fucking pot noodle sandwiches every day for dinner, Owen's going to have an issue.
oh fuck it out. Yeah, and the whole reason that all this goes about is because I think we spent over half a year arguing about no matter what one of us eats, at least another
Yeah,
person's got an issue with it.
yeah. Even when we've said stuff like, say, for example, your the prawn curry that he won't let go
Yeah.
is yeah, like when we tried to say yeah, but people must buy it because they still sell it. That's not good enough.
Well, I don't understand why he said why he was even coming out with that's rank, that's disgusting. Literally, a restaurant I'm going to Friday night. It's one of their main dishes. So
Yeah,
an Indian restaurant, fucking billion Indian people can't be wrong. What the fuck? I think it's just if it's non-traditional, then Owen won't go for it for some reason.
yeah,
Whereas I think with me and you, I'm willing to experiment to one extent. You're willing to like if it goes together and tastes good, I think you'll put it together. But some of
yeah.
our combinations we just don't agree with.
Whereas Owen has took what I've said, where I said anything can go in a sandwich, and he's took that as Adam will put anything in a sandwich.
I want to know what the origin of the Rice Krispie sandwich was that he was on about.
I woke up this morning and looked in the group chat and went, "What is he going on about? Where has this come from?"
There must have been something that triggered it.
I don't know. I was asleep. I woke up and he's just there. Yeah, you eat Rice Krispie sandwiches. Yeah, that never happened.
It's because he keeps on calling. He tries to call you not so Robotnik, but his autocorrect changes it so much that it looked like it came out as fucking
Yeah.
Slowbo Robonick.
What's going on?
Ah, here we go. Finally.
Fucking Mr. Look who we have here. Are we live?
Yeah, been live for 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Glad that I got the memo.
As I messaged you. Hang on a minute. I said at the start of this stream, I told them 7 o'clock we're going live. I'm scheduling it for 7 o'clock. I'm here at 1 minute to 7 and fuck all, no one's here.
Just eating soup.
Nice. What soup you eating?
Chicken and veg.
Sorry?
Chicken and veg.
Chicken and veg?
Yeah.
Sounds like a fucking stew to me, pal.
No, mate. It's called Big Soup.
Big soup? What is
Sure,
something
yeah.
that you've just created? No, I don't want to
Sorry,
see it, no.
It's called Chunky Soup. There you go. It's in the group chat.
Chunky soup.
Heinz also sell a variation called Big Soup. It's just soup, mate. It's not a stew. Nelly,
Alright,
stop
well.
fucking shit up.
Okay, so when I eat minestrone, yeah, no, that's not. Anyways, but that's another story for another fucking day.
Because if I boil a pan of pasta and then just eat the water, the
Classic.
pasta in the water,
Mate.
that's wrong.
So hang on. So what's just a bunch of fucking chicken and veg thrown into a pan? Is that not a fucking stew or some chicken with veg?
No.
Oh, because it's chicken soup.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on a minute. What does it say
This
on the
isn't
actual...
what we came to argue about,
What?
guys.
No, this is why it'd be fucking brilliant if we all just went in blind and then argued next week afterwards, but... What?
It does actually say on the front of the tin, Chunky Soup. It's chunky chicken, potato, carrot, onion, and pea soup.
Well, sounds like rat ass to me anyway, Slowbotnik.
It would to you, wouldn't it?
Anyways, well, what have
Nothing's
you
as good as
discussed so far?
raspberries in a brioche bun.
Yeah, because I whack raspberries in a brioche bun, pal. Tell you what,
Raspberry brioche bun with a
Tell you
side
what,
of
right.
fucking yogurt.
tell you what, right? I'd love to know who the fuck doesn't put fruit in the fridge. But again, that's another discussion for another day.
But why would they sell fruit bowls?
Anyways, right? Well, yeah, Paul. Did anybody ever eat them fruit balls, or is it there for
Yeah.
aesthetic reasons? Because then
Right,
you
so
get
people
fucking
go out
mouldy.
and
You
buy
think.
fruit
Anyways, who has a
for
fruit
an
bowl anymore?
aesthetic.
Who
My
the
mum.
fuck has fruit bowls anymore?
My mum.
Right, I'll tell you what then. If I go your mum's tomorrow, the
Yeah.
shit that was in there a month ago when we were going to pick up that fish tank, will it still
Which
be
wasn't
there?
a month ago. But,
What, 3 weeks ago then?
well, no, because my mum and dad eat fruit.
Right.
You know,
Anyways,
just because she created me, who's a fucking scruff, doesn't make my mum and dad scruff.
what have you discussed so far?
Well, we were slagging you off for 10 minutes.
Right. Class.
No, I explained the situation as to where this 20 quid thing came from because none of us can, like, all agree on anything food related. It's always either a 2v1 or a free-for-all. I also explained... Right, I'm going to read the rules out again, but because I've already read them out once, you can now interject if you want to change any, because I've already explained them.
Okay.
Right. So, I think no one can argue with this fucker. Rule number 1, 20 quid for a week's worth of lunch and tea.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right. And here's where I've got to try and explain it a little bit. So, each ingredient that you use, it's its full value that you've bought it for from the shop. So what I mean by that is, if you, say, buy a bag of pasta, but you only end up sort of like using half of it, you can't then say, well, I didn't use the full bag over the week, so I'm going to slash the price off that. It's got to be you're buying food, as if to last you for a week. Not like anything you can try and scrimp on that you have to make excuses for at the end.
I agree with that. If like you say like you buy a bag of onions or a bag of potatoes, you've bought them for the full value, even if it's for one meal of that day of that week.
Yeah. And if you want to argue the fact saying, well, no, but I bought this in bulk, so it saves over time, but we're only doing this for a week, so in this case, it's got to be just for the week. Right, agreed?
Okay.
Right, number 3, I don't think anyone can argue with this unless you absolutely hate salt and that, but if you put anything like salt, pepper, or tomato sauce or anything on the food just to flavour it up a bit afterwards, that's fine. You're not putting any like payment towards that.
Yeah, if it's in the fridge, if it's in your fridge cupboards, sort of thing, yeah.
But if it's say like curry sauce or something that you've got to cook or you've got to add to your food to cook it, then that counts as you having paid for it at the shop.
Yeah.
Right, you good with that, Owen?
Yeah.
Right, and then this last one. Because if this last one doesn't happen, then someone's going to get fucked over, or everyone is. We've got to be as unbiased as possible. So, what I mean by that is, if Adam cooks something, and you know in the past that if you've ever tasted it, you didn't like it, you can't vote his meal down just based on the way he cooks it. It's got to be it's a value for money sort of thing.
You listen, Slowbotnik. That one's for you.
Well, it's not, mate. It's for you as well, because you're very biased.
No, I'm not. You're biased. Your whole argument was, it's boring if I make a stew, whereas everyone else agreed.
No, I didn't say it was boring.
Smart.
It was lazy.
It's not lazy, Paul. Listen,
it is lazy.
Like, I'll explain to you before, and I'll explain to CMD here, right? If I end up spending £12, and let's say I get like a soup and a stew, and it lasts me, right? That's smart, right? But what's even smarter is if somehow you, for maybe just a bit more money or a bit less money, get 7 mils out of yours. That's even smarter.
To me, CMD said last night as well. He admitted that for that thing he'd have marked you clever for it. To me, it's just lazy. Because it is. Because if all 3 of us went into this blind without discussing any of this, and all 3 of us made a stew, this would be the shittest competition we've ever done.
That would be hilarious.
Hang on. I might end up making a stew in a stew, right? But I might end up spending more money than you, and you get 7 mils out of it.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not like I'm going for the safe option.
No, but a stew is still lazy.
How is it lazy? Mate, it fits the season. It's fucking freezing.
Yeah, but it's lazy for you to make a stew, say, tomorrow night, right? No, hear me out. You make a stew tomorrow night and eat that for an entire week. That's just lazy.
I don't think...
Right.
Well, I don't... Hang on, just for me... Wait, just let me couldn't... Like, just in my opinion, I don't even think it'd be possible, because I think by the 3rd or 4th day, you'd be bored of it anyway, and you'd want something else.
But not only that, like I've pointed out before, right, you can do many things. Say if I buy like a joint of gammon, I could do loads with that. I could make sandwiches one day, make a fucking soup the next day.
That's fine. That's fine.
Right?
Wait, I know what Owen's getting at. Carry on.
But that's like if I make a stew on tomorrow, say I made a stew tomorrow night, and it's going to last me 4 days, and then by the 2nd day I'm making stew sandwiches, you lot would fucking grill me for it.
Yeah, pal. Yeah. But like I've just stated before, I would obviously make the sandwiches first out of the joint and then make like maybe a fucking soup or something. I wouldn't then put it into
I haven't said
you
there
like
isn't
to
a
make
rule
everything
against
in a
using
sandwich.
a joint.
I wouldn't put like that or like a fucking flip flop between 2 slices of bread and demolish it.
Well, each to their own, Paul.
I'm going to start calling you 2 slice. Because you stick everything between 2 slices of bread.
Yeah, you're right, Arthur.
Yeah, me and CMD come to a mutual thing on this, and I'm sure like everyone has. if it makes the bread soggy or it ruins the bread, it's not a sandwich, pal.
Right. And what makes the bread soggy?
Half of the shit you eat in it.
Like what?
Right. So all the stuff you've showed us, it's never made the. Tell you what.
If I made a pot noodle sandwich right now, it wouldn't make the bread soggy
Wait, hang on.
because, like I've explained, I make the pot noodle with less water, so it's not fucking watery pot noodle.
Hang on, but how does it cook the whole pot noodle? Because you put the water in because that's how much it takes
Yeah,
to
but
cover it all.
You close the lid and it steams it.
Right, okay. Well, I don't have a problem with pot noodle sandwich, but my problem's always been.
I do.
No. Listen to this. The problem for me is when the fucking bread gets wet from inevitably juice coming from the noodles. I don't think unless you're drying the noodles out on the washing line before putting it in the bread, I don't think it's going to. I don't think it's going to be able to dry out enough before, unless you scran it dead fast.
But it's with everything. If me and him sat down, fucking right, I tell you what, if me and him went to America, right, and we were eating breakfast or something, we got like a toasty or just something off the top of my head, he would ask the waitress for the most absurd side or sauce there is. He can't just eat like a normal cheese toasty.
Right. So because I had a cheese and ham toasty and I had tomato ketchup,
There's got to be like Quavers or Rice Krispies or something thrown in there.
When have I put Quavers in a toasty? I don't know where this fucking Rice Krispie cracks come from. Like, we've just had this discussion, me and CMD. I woke up this morning to you saying, oh, he eats Rice Krispie sandwiches. I don't.
Well, according to you, I eat raspberries on a brioche bun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just...
You also leave your shit everywhere.
No, I don't.
My kitchen table right now says otherwise.
Why?
Because your yogurt's still here.
Yeah.
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 So why is it not in the bin?
Because you distracted me.
Wow.
What does that mean? What do you mean he distracted you?
He was just chatting shit.
Wait, so you left?
Oh, no. I know what it was. I stood up because we were looking at the TV.
Right.
And we were because he's got a brand new TV, right? And classic, it got till about 56, 57 to when we'd be due back at work. Adam goes, yeah, fuck this, I'm not going, like, I'll wait till 1 o'clock. So we were rushing around.
We weren't rushing.
We were, pal.
I was stood in the kitchen with my fleece on and my shoes on waiting for you again.
Mate, I was stood right next to you.
You were stood in the living room still?
I was stood right next to you. Even asked Paige.
Do you two have real life conversations, or do you just sort of watch each other and message each other? Why were you both stood in different rooms, just like looking different directions, and not going back to work?
No, it happens every time. I say, "Come on, Paul, let's go." Well, let's get a move on. And he sits there, usually he doesn't actually acknowledge it. He'll just sit there for another 5 minutes, ticking down the clock.
Oh. Yeah, because I don't have to do as you say. I do as I say, Paul. I'm the supervisor, not you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, listen, they found out what you were scrambling in sandwiches. I don't think they would.
Mate, you put salad cream with scrambled egg.
Class. Yeah, and which we established yesterday was normal.
And tuna on a pizza. So less of that.
No.
Hang on.
Here we go again. Mate, I put tuna on one Domino's pizza, pal.
Yeah, but does that not mean that you do put tuna on a pizza?
No.
Hang on.
No.
Apart from Domino's, I only get one fucking flavour of pizza, which I get tuna on, right?
Right. So I don't eat pot noodle sandwiches.
Right.
Because I only use one type of pot noodle.
Hang on. Hear me out. But apart from when we go with Greg, right, when the fuck do I order a Domino's? And the only reason I order tuna is to fucking overpower the other disgusting flavours. because I don't
Yeah,
like
but
Domino's pizza.
Still,
I never, ever get
disregarding
a
that,
Domino's pizza.
using that same argument for my pot noodle sandwiches,
Class.
right?
Well, okay then.
Because I only use the green pot noodles, technically I don't eat pot noodle sandwiches because it's only one type of pot noodle.
So hang on. Why have you come out and said, I don't like, no, what was it you said about salad cream the other day? Oh, I don't really like it. And then you went, well, it's not my first choice, bro,
It's
I'd
not my
have it.
first choice. And not
So which is
with
it?
a scrambled egg.
Well,
What?
Not with
But-
milky microwaved eggs, I wouldn't have salad cream.
well, pal, I've got no choice.
Hang on a minute. I've heard that salad cream or mayonnaise is used in all of them Tesco sandwiches in the meal deals.
Which, by the way,
Mayo
Adam
is, yeah.
Strands,
Yeah, it's mayo.
the egg ones.
Alright,
Yeah,
mate.
it's mayo.
Fucking egg and cress over there.
Hang on a minute. So, I've been called out 100 times. I've been called out the same number of times I've called Adam out for his mashed potato sandwiches. About this one time I had a prawn curry. But let's just give this a bit of context. Fucking 5-star restaurant going to on Friday. It's one of its signature dishes is a king prawn curry. So
Yeah.
that can't be wrong, can it?
Fit for a king. As in, somebody like Ian Moore.
No, king prawns are the type of prawns. Not
tell you-
fit for a king.
Pal, listen.
Not
right,
only
listen,
royalty
listen,
can eat the
listen.
prawn curry, mate.
Okay. Hear me out, pal. Right?
Go on.
Just because it's on a menu, right?
Yep.
How does that mean that it's like but like loads of people eat it?
Because
Like fucking caviar?
because
It's on the menu.
it's at the top of the menu because people keep coming back for it. If it was shy,
Well, tell you what.
hang on. If this was Gordon Ramsay going round and no one was eating it, you say, right, get that off the menu right now. But this is a 5-star restaurant that's been doing well for decades. They
Adam,
would have
would you eat a prawn curry?
Well, I don't like curry because I don't like spice.
Would you eat a king prawn?
But I like prawns.
Yes.
Yeah. Hang on. So you like prawns, right? Would you ever put the two together? Like
Well, I
in
don't
your
know, 'cause
head,
I don't like curry.
just from a neutral perspective, would you think people would put a fucking fish?
Well, yeah, I
In-
don't see a problem with a prawn curry.
Hang on a
Oh, right,
minute.
You can have
tuna on a pizza?
chicken curry,
Yeah.
beef curry.
Tuna on a pizza?
There.
Yeah.
Hang on, the tuna on a pizza is where I was aiming for. So you had tuna on a pizza several times from what I'm hearing now. But you calling me out for the one time I had prawn in a curry?
Right. Hang on. Like I've just alluded to before, when was the last time I got a Domino's? Let me think.
Yeah, but that
when
doesn't
Greg,
matter.
When Greg wanted one,
That's not
which
the
was
point.
fuck knows when.
No. That's not the point, though.
All right then. So what else on the Domino's menu could you point out that I like? Please tell me.
Yeah, but this is what I mean. You're thinking it right down to it's only when I eat Domino's. Well, that's like saying I only drink piss when
Well,
I'm
still, come
dehydrated
on.
and in the middle
Like-
of the desert.
Tell you what, right? What made my gut wrench when CMD said, "Oh yeah, I've had a prawn curry," was the fact that I remember a past conversation. He was talking to me about how his ass was wrenching from frozen chow mein, and I instantly thought it's the same. It's either a same or similar brand prawn, like one of them ready meal prawn curries.
But,
So I thought that is gut wrenching.
but now you've just changed it from who would put prawn in a curry to who,
Yeah, but I
who
still
would
no,
buy,
I still stand by that.
but to who would buy that brand. I didn't buy the same brand. This was a fucking £3.50 meal.
I still stand by that.
Yeah, but you
You would not catch me eat fucking prawn curry.
the same. You wouldn't catch me putting. Well, I say that I have had tuna on
Yeah,
a
but do
pizza
you eat
before and it was
prawns?
rancid.
But
You eat prawns?
not particularly,
You like prawns?
Of course you wouldn't. So we've got one of you that likes curry but not prawns, one of you that likes prawns but not curry, and I'm being judged on me mixing the two, but your hatred comes from not liking one. What?
And I tell you what, this is the thing that both of yous do. And listen, I can completely understand like a quick meal. I really can. Can understand a quick meal.
Like a
But
brioche bun.
the one that I have a real fucking issue with, because I've told Adam this before. I've had um personal things with these, right? So I've tried them myself, and I've tried and tried and tried and tried and forced myself to like them, right? That fucking beef lasagna, that ain't beef. It's fucking alien guts. Like used to bang in a microwave and scoop up and
Yeah, but which beef lasagna are you buying?
yeah, and that's what makes your fucking sandwich wet, piss right wet through
Well,
when you
hang
put that
on.
in a sandwich.
Hang on, do you put
No.
beef lasagna in a sandwich?
Not
Adam
beef
does,
lasagna,
yeah.
spaghetti bolognese.
Adam, I've seen you. Adam, come on.
No, not lasagna,
I've
bolognese.
fucking seen you put one of the microwave beef lasagnas from the co-op
I don't think
in.
so, because I don't eat the lasagnas, I eat the bolognese. Paige eats the lasagna.
What's wrong with lasagna?
Nothing's wrong with lasagna, but I don't buy a ready meal lasagna.
But like that that ain't fucking beef. That shit ain't beef. That isn't lasagna. Let's not. Let's regroup here. I've tried it myself several times. When I was 17, 18, I used to get the cottage pies, the fucking beef lasagna, all the ready meals. There's a reason I stopped eating that shit, because that was just gorging, horrible. It was like cow brain. It's like cow matter threw into a fucking two pasta. Well, I call them pasta things. They're not pasta fucking thing. It's just awful.
Cow matter.
Yeah, cow brain matter, whatever you want to call it.
Oh god. No, I swear I've only ever had one of those beef lasagna meals, and I could
Let me
see.
ask you.
Wait, I could see how disgusting it was, so I got my phone out and filmed it just for you to see it.
Did you eat it?
I didn't finish it. No, I binned it
Yeah,
off of it.
yeah, exactly. Was it disgusting?
It was just wet slop. It wasn't. It didn't cook.
Exactly.
It just didn't cook.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I think, to me, that's the problem you're going to have with any microwave lasagna,
Yeah.
because obviously it's lasagna, whereas a spag
Oh.
bol, you mix the spaghetti and the mince up anyway. So if you're wanting a quick meal, a microwave spag bol that is like wet slop in a tub is justifiable. A wet lasagna you can't get away with, because with a lasagna you're wanting the layers.
All I got
You're
was
not wanting
mush.
fucking
Tell you what,
tomato
Paul,
and mint cereal.
one day we'll do a review of all them different ready meals, and we won't eat them. We'll just dissect them and see what's in them. Fucking
Well, I
meat
hope
there
you're
isn't shit in
funding
there.
this.
Wait, do
What?
it in black and
I
white,
hope
like
you're funding this.
do it in black and white like Alien Autopsy. But no.
Well, you dissect them and I'll eat them.
We'll fund it using the money we're going to get from this stream that's had absolutely no one watching.
Yeah, but this will be one of them things, like on the rest of this channel, where it just blows up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, someone watching it for actual tips or something like that.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Right, so I think that was about 5 minutes talking about the competition, if that, and then
The rest were just roasting each other.
yeah, I'm struggling to even figure out what problems we all have with each other's food now. I think if one of us says it, someone else is just gonna have a problem, even if they do like it, just to have a problem with it.
No.
No, but that's just it.
No, I'm
Always
sorry.
seems like that. Like if we had,
I'm sorry.
I think. Hang on, I think the one thing we can all agree on is good is probably a Sunday roast dinner, but none of us are gonna fucking make that except maybe Adam.
Yeah, I like Sunday roast.
What's the...
Oh, actually, can we
No.
discuss what Owen said at work today?
Go on.
Oh, here we go. There we
So
go.
we were
again.
on about Christmas baguettes.
What?
Go on,
You
spike
know,
your shit.
like the shops that sell like a Christmas dinner baguette.
Right.
They've got like turkey stuffing, pigs in blankets, gravy. Some of them have roast tatties and stuff in.
What inside a baguette?
Yeah, like in a baguette.
Okay.
Which Owen said was fine if you can pick what goes in it, because he'd have like turkey and stuffing.
Yeah.
But he said under no circumstances should pigs in blankets be in there. But, and fair enough if it's personal preference and he doesn't eat them together. But there isn't anything wrong with a sausage and bacon sandwich. So why couldn't you put a pigs in blanket in a sandwich?
I don't have any
Let
answer.
me just process what I've just fucking heard in my brain.
Here we go.
You really are like. First of all, everyone, let's just think this. We're listening to a guy that scrans mashed potatoes and fucking Sunday roast in a sandwich.
Let's not think that. What is wrong with a bacon and sausage sandwich? So why can't you put pigs in blankets in a sandwich?
When's the last time you seen me eating a bacon and sausage sandwich? It's not that I don't like it. It's just not my preference.
But this is what I'm saying. That's what I started off saying that with, because you can go back and watch this stream back. I did say, if it's personal preference, that's fine. I wasn't starting a debate. I was just saying, if there's no problem with a bacon and sausage sandwich, why is there a problem with pigs in blankets?
Right. Pig.
And we somehow
what are you
went,
saying here?
You eat fucking
Hang
mashed
on.
potato sandwiches.
Yeah. Because what are you saying? Are you just saying? Are you saying let's just load a baguette? Let's just load the fucking baguette lobbed full of fucking pigs and blankets.
No, I'm
What are you
saying,
saying?
when you said at work today about the Christmas dinner baguette,
I said,
you were like, yeah, but pigs and blankets shouldn't be in there. Yeah, but why not?
Right.
Because a bacon and sausage sandwich, for example, in Greg's, is one of Greg's best breakfast
how many
sellers.
fucking people do you know that scran or shove pigs and blankets in a fucking what do you call it, sandwich?
Well, they must be pretty popular when they're in every Christmas baguette and stuff. All the chippies around here sell them. Spuds sell them. Dixon sell them.
I gotta have a look at
Right.
this.
I don't like the festive baguettes. The only thing I really like is turkey, stuffing, and maybe someone else I don't know. Because once
But that's
again,
fine. If that's personal preference, that's fine. That's all you needed to say. You didn't have to come at me with "you eat mashed potato sandwiches." Shut up, because I wasn't bullying you for it. I was just asking.
you eat mashed potato sandwiches though.
Oh, here we go. See. Yeah, you eat raspberries and a brioche bun, so shut up.
Oh, fucking hell. Right.
What's worse, though, realistically?
Fruit and a sweet bun.
Oh my god. Right. I think we ought to call an end to it there because this is the stream I wanted to have but we've never done. But this isn't the place. This isn't the place for it. So at some point we'll come back and rip each other to shreds over prawn curries, brioche raspberry sandwiches and mashed potato when butter's not available for your bread. But
yeah.
Right. 20 quid budget. You can't, if there's anything that you feel like you're having to like lie to people and like say, yeah, I did buy that but I'm not going to count it, then get the fuck out. Stew's off the menu. Condiments and sauce that you just put on, sprinkle on at the end, that's fine. And somehow we've got to remain unbiased at the end. I don't know, that's based on this stream, that ain't going to be fucking possible. But we'll give it a go. Right. Any last requests or any last rules or changes before we knock this shit off?
No, it seems fair to me.
Right. You've already had yours. Owen needs to go and have something to eat and watch some porn. I've got to have a wank. Yeah.